Hey guys, welcome to another video from Corey and
Josh
with Tax Lien Certificate School. We're super pumped today to be coming at you on your television screen / video screen. And today we're going to talk about Florida tax liens, and we're going to try not to waste any of your time. We like to ramble sometimes. So we're going to get right into it.
Let's do it.
Josh is going to start.
Yeah, so when we did the Q&A call the other day, we had tons of questions about Florida, and everybody seems to want to know, where can I buy over-the-counter tax liens or tax deeds? Let's talk about Florida. Florida is a tax lien and tax deed state, so you're actually going to be getting the best of both worlds. You'll find high interest rates, which is 18%, and you can also acquire property at auctions for potential fractions of the cost.
So tax liens in Florida, the certificate sales, they're actually held in June or just before June in each year. But in some cases, you may be required to pre-register in May. So it's always good to call just to make sure, check online. And we're going to show you some websites where you can check online for that. So the interest rate starts at 18% in Florida. But what happens at the auctions, at the tax lien auctions, is the bidders will bid down the interest rate from 18%, and you can bid in increments like, for instance, 18, 17 and 3/4, 17 and a half, 17. And what happens is it'll get bid down to whatever the lowest interest rate that someone wants to bid is. And if it gets bid down to, let's say, 0.75%, there's a minimum penalty of 5%. So even if it gets bid down all the way, it'll minimally jump up to 5%, unless someone bids 0%, and then they get it for 0, and then there's no penalty, and then you just have a tax lien for 0%, which is kind of ridiculous in my mind. But anyway,
Waste of time is what it is.
Waste of time.
So many students, you guys want to know how interest is calculated. So let's look at some real numbers here. So, for example, let's say you get a tax certificate for 18%, like an over-the-counter. Wicked deal, right? So let's divide that by 12 months. You know, there's 12 months in a year. So that's 1.5% per month. So let's say the homeowner redeems and they pay the taxes in 3 months. So that's going to be 3 times 1.5%. So that's 4.5% interest. But remember, you're always going to get a minimum of 5% if it's not 0. So you'll be getting 5% instead of 4.5. And that is the insured minimum.
And is that true if they redeem in 1 month? Like if it redeems the next day?
Yeah, 5%. Unless the 0.
Unless it's been 0. Cool.
Great.
Sweet. Now, if the tax lien certificate is not redeemed within 2 years, then this is where it gets tricky. An application for a tax deed needs to be filed. And then the property goes to a tax deed sale where it will be sold to the highest bidder. So this is where things get kind of tricky because people are curious, well, what's the point of buying a tax lien if I don't get the property? So in Florida, that's one of the decisions that you have to make. Is it worth the interest rate, or do you actually want the property? Now, what happens is, do you get your money back? That's a big question. Yes. So in order for the person to buy the tax deed, they have to purchase the tax deed, they win it at an auction, and then they have to pay you back the interest that you're owed for however long that property has been sitting for. So you will get your money back. You can also bid on the property at a tax deed sale when it goes to the tax deed sale, but you don't get any special treatment. For instance, if you own the lien, you don't get first bid or anything. It's just a regular tax auction, and it goes to the sale just like a normal tax deed would.
And what's great is you'll continue to earn interest payments until the property is auctioned off at the tax deed sale. Something to be mindful of, though, is that homestead properties, meaning the original owner's primary place of residence, will have half the amount of the appraised value added to the opening bid price. So that's just something we thought you guys should be aware of.
The lifespan of a tax lien in Florida is 7 years. So let's say you buy the tax lien and you don't take any action on it. After 7 years, the tax lien will be canceled and you will lose your investment. So be sure not to forget about tax liens you have. If you do, you're probably keeping poor track of tax liens and you need to find a better system. But just so you know, after 7 years, it gets canceled and you lose your investment.
And then you are also not allowed to contact the property owner and convince them to pay. You might be barred. Let's say
I think that's a word.
Yeah.
Banned's better.
You know, let's say banned. You may be banned by the tax collector from bidding at future tax certificate sales.
That's no good. Don't want to do that.
No good. So now let's get to the juicy stuff. Where can I do this? Where can I get over-the-counter tax liens and tax deeds? Great question. We're going to take you to some websites right now. Let's have a look at the computer.
Okay. Josh.
Yeah, so this is Sarasota County in Florida. So this is pretty much just a page explaining a lot of what we talked about today. They have a really efficient system, a great website, tons of questions. That's not what I mean. Tons of answers to your questions. So here they have unsold certificates, and this is where you buy them. So if you want to just pause right now, you can copy these links. And this says they have the buying rules. This is where you're going to find purchase county held certificates, the registration process. Everything you need is right here.
So what's a purchase county held certificate, Josh?
Oh, great. So when you go to a tax lien auction or they have a tax lien sale online and it's not bought by anybody, this is a property that is over the counter. I feel like sometimes...
No, that makes sense.
It's probably that's over the counter.
Yeah, it's probably that's over the counter. It's an over the counter tax lien right
It's
there.
wicked.
Purchase county held certificates. Cool. All right, and then this is Broward County. This is just their website, broward.org. If you Google Broward tax assessor, Broward County tax assessor, you'll find this. And this basically just tells you about the online tax auctions in Broward County. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of FAQs here. So Bid Broward is the website that you would go to buy online taxes in Broward County. Do we bring that up or what?
No, we could, yeah.
Let's open it right here. So this is what it looks like.
Oh, that's actually the next one. That's nice.
So this has your auction schedule, FAQs. Here's the list that you'll get. And purchase county held certificates would be again over the counter tax liens, and you can scroll through these. I'll go through one of these in a tutorial eventually. We've been making these videos, so it's keeping me busy, but I will show you that eventually. So
yeah,
boom.
Yeah, and there's no one to bid against you, which is great.
Yeah.
Here's over the counter tax deeds. This is in Hillsborough. So you see on the frequently asked questions, and again, you can pause the screen if you wanted to take some notes or navigate here. Where can I get, nope. What happens if property receives no bids? This is where you're going to read about that. And so they have over-the-counter tax deeds as well. And then we even have over-the-counter tax liens for Hillsborough as well. And where is that?
That's right to your, those ones right there.
Oh, we already went there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is a different one. This is Hillsborough.
Right.
You'll notice that a lot of them look the same because they use the same interfaces. Grant Street is like the company that helps counties organize it. So they all have a similar look. Just the photo will be different, and you'll see the county up here. And then this would be over the counter, which is the Lien Express. So if there are over the counters, you'll find them here.
Look at that right there. County held certificates for tax year 2014 are now available for purchase. And you guys can get in there. No one's going to be bidding against you. Automatic 18% interest.
So with over-the-counter tax deeds, I know we're jumping around a little bit here, but if you go to this Hillsborough County, Florida website, you'll be able to see that it's when and where these tax deed sales held. So you'll see that they're held on Thursdays at 10 a.m. in the Jury Auditorium, second floor, right here. So you can call verification before attending. So if that's something you're interested in, just call the numbers on this page. Just make sure they're having them, and then that's where you can get your tax deed sales in the county. So, is there anything else that you think they should know about Florida?
No, I think that's a great walkthrough of Florida tax liens and Florida tax deeds. We gave you guys some great resources. I think it's great.
Cool, man. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos from us. As always, you can subscribe to our channel right here. And stick around, and I'm going to edit in some outtakes of what we messed up on while we're making this video. Josh is excited about that.
Right.
But subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Have a great day, and happy Florida investing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Sweet. Cool.
Great.
Sweet. For a sentence.
Okay. You'll find high interest returns, which is 18%, and you can acquire for... You'll find high interest... I'm so sorry.
You're dropping the ball, bro.
I'm so sorry.
All right, go back.
All right.
4. So you will get your money back. You can also...
Wicked.